hey, speaking of that, can I just do a hot jump in, get a rip in?
Get a rip.
Do you know about Evergrande? We may just not pay anything back. Yo, the stock market is collapsing right now. New rip. Hey, editor, new rip. That's right fine. Here. Boom.
Yeah, Trudeau's done, dude. Trudeau's like, we got it.
Evergrande, people. Let's talk about Evergrande is a hot rip, dude.
Let's pull up Evergrande. I just saw Tom Nash's videos on it too, and your video, and he was in your video for a second.
Literally. So Evergrande,
you put him in.
That's a great video.
That was great, man.
I mean, okay, so at Evergrande, I'm talking about Tom's video. Actually, I learned a lot.
So, no, you're talking about your video. Don't do that. I was going to say something. I was going to be like, man, we are so proud of ourselves.
I know. It was a great video. It just sounds so dumb. It's like, but I actually was happy with that video. No, but I did watch his video too, and that's actually where I learned like most of what I know about Evergrande. The funny thing is, I was kind of making a joke about the fact that anytime stuff like this happens, like, you know, when like COVID hit, we all became virologists. And then when Afghanistan happens, we all became like historians of war. It's like when Evergrande is happening, I was just laughing at myself and a lot of other pundits who some of them don't know what they're talking about. And everyone's just like kind of like talking out of their ass about like, they really just read a Wikipedia article. Like, it's like you're like in 5th grade and you're teaching the 4th graders. But anyways.
Tom Nash has 3 videos up. What do you think of it? Do you think his analysis is tight, or are you saying, because your analysis was kind of like, hey, it was like more joking.
No, like, Tom actually knows what he's talking about. No.
He does know what he's talking about. Yeah, I thought so too. He's into finance.
But even like financial analysts do get themselves in trouble because they just like start like, hey, Evergrande, da-da-da. It's like, okay, you know U.S. equities. Anyway, the point is, let me now talk out of my ass. Evergrande is a property developer, so they're like leveraged to the moon. They're like Trump. Trump was a property developer.
Yeah.
This is like the nature of property development. It's like you get leveraged up, and then the cash conversion cycle is slow because it takes forever to develop the property. You're super loaded with debt. Okay, of course. Everyone knows how this works.
It's just like real estate always pays back. So anyone will give you a loan on real estate, so you max it out.
Yes. Okay, so Evergrande's attitude was like, not only does real estate always pay out, like, basically, if anything goes bad, it's just kind of the bank's problem. So they just they not only were bidding on homes, they were actually overbidding on homes. A bunch of the houses they were buying and like the properties they were buying, they're going way over asking, but they're like, nah, we'll just like figure it out. So they expand super rapidly. Anyways, in 2012, Andrew Left, who's like Citron research guy,
Andrew Left, like Andrew was working at Evergrande.
No. The guy's name is Andrew Left. He works for Citron Research. It's like a company that shorts companies.
They
were involved in the GameStop scandal, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Andrew Left wrote a report basically saying this company's insolvent. There's no way.
Yeah.
Right? There's no way they're going to pay back. Okay. He gets actually sued, or I think he basically gets banned from trading in China for 10 years.
Oh my God!
10 years. Hey, they go, guys. You're interfering. They go, you're interfering with us. Da, da, da.
What's with this? You're such a dictator.
It turns out 10 years later, the balloon has blown up even bigger. Now they owe $300 billion, dude. Billion. It's 10 years of basically insolvency.
Where's the apology from the Chinese? I want Xi Jinping to say, "Hey, man,
it's funny.
We held you out of the market."
No, he's never gonna get an apology, dude. China rips, dude. Like if you're not a national, bro, they don't care about you.
Who are you? You're nothing. They don't care about their own citizens. Yeah.
So true. So anyways, Andrew Left's about to get his whole trading license back. It's been about 10 years. Anyway, his prediction's coming true. Evergrande
give it back.
What's funny is he wouldn't have traded on this like big bet of his that would have probably made him a lot of money.
Right.
So he should have just shut up about it. But Evergrande is going under, and what they're saying basically is like, oh, if we don't get bailed out, we could have to crash the entire real estate market. Oops.
Oopsie.
And the Chinese government's like, shoot, we're like the guys who say that like we're pro-worker. We can't be seen bailing out the bank or the property developers. We're not. We've basically ridiculed America for 2008 for 12 years, 13 years. Now they're in the same position where they're going to have to probably bail out China Evergrande. Otherwise, they're already like their real estate market's trash. and it's going to go worse. Amish,
it's already trashed, the real estate. The real estate market is already kind of fake. It's very inflated by Chinese government. So I would say, first of all, it's already owned by the Chinese government, Evergrande. Like every corporation in China is owned by the Chinese government. That's why you look at a guy like Jack Ma. He talks some shit. They go after him. There's like 3 CEOs that I think Xi Jinping like may put him in jail or killed him or something. But like definitely put CEOs in jail for
You're
talking
below
shit.
The state. Yeah, the state owns it doesn't, but it does. Yeah.
So what I think in this case, you're kind of like liquidating a company, and the cheapest way to do it is just to let them do it. So it is too big to fail. It's what Trump did too. It's what Trump did, and it's what GM and all
modern
these companies.
Economic theory of like, hey, if it's $100 million, it's our problem or it's your problem. If it's $300 billion, it's now the government's problem. You know what I mean?
now you're screwed.
Yeah. So the government will basically bail you out. Yeah. But what's interesting is that I didn't know this. China has a huge, like, the property development has been so insane for so long. It's been this huge bubble where these property developers keep taking on debt to basically say they have new assets, but they keep building properties that no one needs. So they're what's called ghost towns, where there's just entire apartment complexes.
I know.
That are completely empty.
Gorgeous, dude. And
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Do you see the one they made like Paris? It's so cheesy. They made their own Paris.
Yeah. Here's the thing. What's funny is Evergrande now is paying out some of their investors with the real estate itself that they own. So it's like, but it's like a rock bottom prices. So they go, hey, look, we owe you $100. How about a hotel? Quite honestly.
That's it.
Hey,
free stay at any Holiday Inn in the Northwest region. It's on me. You're like, what? Look, you own real estate. It's living in the real estate. So here's 500 days at any Holiday Inn. But anywhere you go.
Yeah. Free days. Here's what's interesting, though, Amish. I want to ask you about this. People are saying it's the Lehman Brothers moment for China, where it's going to collapse the whole market. What do you think? As a sophisticated financial analyst.
I'll say what I agree with what Tom Nash said today, actually, on one of his. Basically, the difference I'd say is, and we already talked about this. At the core of this, you can go and find a physical piece of property. The thing with Lehman Brothers, it was a derivative of a stock, of a buyback, of a loan, of a mortgage. So it's nothing. Yeah. Like they're going to collapse. Like with real estate, that's why you can over leverage yourself so easily in real estate. It's because all else fails, the bank can go to a house. Right. And they can sell the house for whatever. At least 100,000 or 200, 300,000, whatever. Like these guys, they have basically, and that's what's going to happen now with the Chinese government. The Chinese government, look, they could change the name, but one way or another, although it's basically now time to take everything they've built and every piece of machinery they have and everything they have and start selling it off.
Well, the problem is that what people are saying is already the real estate market in China is like shaky. I mean, because there's too much stuff and not enough like demand, not enough money. So what the question is if you liquidate something like Evergrande, it has ripple effects to everybody else because if you've got a bunch of like tons of real estate just going on the market.
Yeah, you don't liquidate everything
going on the market.
I mean, it's always better to look at things that are almost done, and you almost have to like judge it for like, okay, for like 50 million, we could finish this, and then they can go on the market and we can make the money back. So those things you just, I guess, finish the deal. But then whoever manages it, I think the Chinese government whether you keep the name Evergrande and you hire a bunch of new managers, or the Chinese government comes in and says, this is now taken over by the corporation of this and this and this, and we're going to manage it. Yeah. But like one way or another, like you're either selling off what you can sell like in the market and make full money, or you start liquidating it. But collapse, I mean, the weird thing too about this is that China, like, you know, remember we were talking about like a second ago, we're talking about these like they just build shit. Like they built a Paris, nobody lives there. People just go to take their wedding photos there. Nobody lives in the houses. Yeah. So the Chinese government's already doing that and saying like, hey, we need to falsely make our economy look like it's making money, even though it's not. So that's why they do that. Like all those blank things, like the Chinese government just says, hey, we got a booming economy. Business is booming. Woo! We just made an Eiffel Tower. Fuck you. We just made an Eiffel Tower. Why not? Because why not? We're booming, baby.
Hey, we're France too. We just ate. Yeah.
Yeah, and really nothing. So then China, Evergrande has to look back at China and be like, hey man, you made us build it all. There's no one here to buy it, so we're bankrupt. I guess but I don't know. I from what I can tell, just going back to the question, I know I went on a tear over there for a second, but going back to the question, I think with the difference between this and Lehman Brothers, is Lehman Brothers always was this like a derivative of a stock, of a this, of a buyback, of a mortgage. This is real estate at the end of the day. So I don't think they're going to completely go out of business. Like the Chinese government will step in. Other real estate developers can just buy a chunk each. Be like, hey, we'll manage like France too.
Well, what they're saying is all of the other property developers are basically in the same boat. Like all of them are over leveraged too.
Yeah, it is a meaningless market. Like the Chinese government's telling them to make these blank, like these properties. You know what happened? It's a dictatorship, right? So Xi Jinping said, build the houses. And they're like, but no one's going to buy them. And he says, just build it. And they go, okay, fine.
I'm a scammer. Gonna rip you off, take you down.